Keynote speaker today, and you already learned a lot of things about him. So welcome again, Dr. Costa. It is our pleasure to have you here. And in the next 1 hour and a half, Dr. Pedro Costa will present a workshop. Actually, he will ask us to be active and apply whatever he will teach us, okay? So be ready to apply. I hope you have the computers with you. If not, you can stay in peers or by peers or by groups if you have only a few computers, so that you can learn something new today about AI. So welcome again, Dr. Costa. You have the floor. Please share whatever you consider necessary for us to learn more about artificial intelligence. If you need some, if you need some technical help,
you can use it's more easy. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's give him a round of applause and encourage him.
Okay, thank you. Okay. We do this workshop in the conference in last February, in online conference. This workshop was building by me, Pablo, and Judita from Lithuania. And you'll try to, in this hour and a half, to work with the practical way. I make a small introduction, some parts similar of chain of thought that I talk in this morning. After, you put in small groups and work in group to create your prompting based in chain of thought. Okay? It's more easy after lunch. You need to work because 1 hour half to listen. It's impossible for me. It's impossible. I sleep. Okay, you need to work. Why is important? Why is important to work to training and put hands on? The prompting. The prompting is simple. It's simple to use, but you need to know about the subject to develop in a good prompting. When you start this, you start to AI-powered mixed methods approach for methodological literature reviews. You start a mixed method, like I shared in the morning. You start to use for bring from data set and try to building a model with the bibliometric analysis and the literature review. In this workshop, I share again the steps of the AI mixed method approach, and after you go to the chain of thought and work together. The first part is to remember what I share in this morning. Okay, you remember I tell you if you in the morning you use generative AI and to start to analyze and conduct methodological literature review. What is methodological literature reviews? Are not narrative literature reviews. Is literature reviews like scoping review, systematic and literature review, integrative review, framework analysis, rapid review. Types need steps by steps to do the literature review. This approach is start with a framework analysis technique. Framework analysis technique is a good way to bring or emerge categories to analyze the full papers. And in our concept, you start to analyze the Scopus database with the keywords and with the using Boolean operators and I want this. bring these for tools like R bibliometrics. You know R bibliometrics for bibliometric analysis. Who use, you know, the bibliometrics? R bibliometrics is a software. It's a free software you can use to building a conceptual, intellectual, and social findings with the data sets. If I want to know if I work or some groups work with each other, it's possible to use histographic, sociographic. Based in data set you can or bring from the database, Scopus database, or another Web of Science, whatever. You can put in bibliometrics and try to understand the similarities, the correlations with keywords and authors and findings, okay? R bibliometrics, you can work this. You start to defining, again, the framework analysis method or technique. This paper from Goldsmith, it's a good sample and explained step by step the 5 steps of framework analysis technique. I recommend, if you have opportunity to read, do that. And start this step: familiarization, thematic framework, indexing, charting, and mapping and interpretation. You start the old framework technique, use these 5 steps. In this model, you propose to put the bibliometric in first step. Okay, if I want to know about some subject or field, I can use bibliometric to familiarization. I use that data set to see these results. Use these, you see clusters analysis of concurrent network. You can create or generate the famous word cloud, you know, these. And you can see the domain themes, supporting topics, emerging trends, and another segment, bibliometric analysis. And you decide here, you have the keywords, topics, themes, and I can isolate the cluster. And why it's important for me to separate the cluster? Because after I bring for my computer or to share for my colleagues the full papers, because the cluster have 32 papers or have 50 papers, whatever, and you put the full papers to advance with analysis. The familiarization mapping with bibliometrics allows me to see the emergent topics, niche topics, and isolate these clusters to work in my computer. Is this the sample of results I share in morning with the R bibliometrics and bots viewer? You can see the similitude, the colors. The colors is the topics. You can see what decisions you can do here. I need to see. Okay. It's more easy. Better? Yes? Okay. You see the main topic. You have correlations, the colors, EDI, education, chatbot, qualitative research, because our topic is to try to finding the words using our keywords is qualitative research and AI. You see another main topic, generating higher education, have different type of words in the outliers. You can detect and make decisions which colors. Each color is a cluster. Okay. Okay. Questions? No? Okay. In step 2, you advance with cluster with 32 publications and start use the chain of prompting using ChatGPT and Gemini. Okay. These 32 papers you use in different models to compare the emerging categories to define, we'll advance and make a first table to compare and a second table to compare with the traditional methods using the three authors of this paper work together to define the categories and to analyze the full papers. Okay. This is the sample of chain of thought. Here you have different steps. I try to put here. Okay? Okay, this is a sample instruction, but with different steps, following the chain of thought prompting methodology to analyze the cluster, because cluster have 32 papers, to identify the competencies, outline framework 6. What is this framework? Is framework European framework for competencies for researchers. I put the content in my bot and tell use only these competencies, please. That research in social science methods developing to integrate GenAI in qualitative research. And start this. This is the CoT. Find the list of keywords of each paper. Generate a table, highlight frequency and keywords. And after, is this iterative process. It's not sequential and finish. You go down in step 2. If you see in step 4, in my prompting instruction, I tell map the competency identified in step 3 to specific keywords isolated in step 2. Coming back, use the results and compare and generate a new result. Okay? It's more easy to make decisions. In the same time, use a CACTOR software, in this case the WebKDA software, to analyze these papers and compare these results and the emerging inductive categories with the results from AI. In step 4, charting, the matrix, I can share with you the results. In the end, we have this model. Is only to put these steps from framework analysis. The first part is quantitative approach. Why you call mixed methods? Because you start with quanti to help to define the categories for quali, and quali refining, validate, and return to use for the model. In this case, ChatGPT and Gemini. Okay, and have this revise the framework created, prompted. The group index inversion of competencies here, charting and mapping to advance with work. The first name for me this paper with I share my friend, this is a crazy paper. You make many changes in this paper. Start with away testing, advance. It's a crazy paper. For me, a paper to start the model 4 months to define, go on. But when I see now the result, final result, it's like 5 minutes. But not. Its paper was crazy to write. Okay, I try to share this. You go to practical part. A minute. Okay, I need to share and advance for practical part. This is the paper I advanced for the model. Okay, power mix methods, bibliometrics inside framework analysis, with these colors. You see this segment bibliometric analysis, co-occurrence network, density visualization to see the proximity from keywords and the themes, and advanced for qualitative part with the CoT prompting is very useful in these findings. Use here familiarization, Boss Viewer, use Boss Viewer and R bibliometricas for this. This is our string. The first string, it's here. Use this string for Scopus database. With first results with string, go to WebKDA in traditional methods, and together refining the string with new insights, and return to Scopus database and make a new search. Advance, this is the mapping, the co-occurrence network keywords of 20, you start with 434, I think, publication, only use metadata. Here you have 84 with these keywords: students, naturalized processing, ChatGPT, GenAI, and advanced. Here you have the keywords for each cluster. The first cluster, GenAI foundations and academic studies. This is keywords, our description, and isolate the cluster, and start to use the chain of thought. This is our chain with 6 steps. After, you compare Gemini and ChatGPT. Gemini propose analytical thinking, that soft skill. ChatGPT, critical thinking. Gemini, international thinking. ChatGPT 2, ethical, it's a strong word, ethical awareness. Gemini, ChatGPT. And in the end, you join these findings with the 2 models to building a matrix. And this matrix, you define to join the models and to improve the description of each competency. Where is my mouse? Where is? Yeah. Creativity. Look, the models do not find a soft skill for us is important in this process, the creativity. But in the findings made by humans in WebKDA, is finding evidence in papers about creativity. Okay. It's not the tool not finding this. Other category of soft skill, digital competency, emotional. It's only detected by humans in this process. Managing research, metacognition, and problem solving. The ChatGPT and Gemini have some limitations in finding different soft skills. And do not forget, I share the framework, European framework, to ChatGPT and Gemini training in this finding evidence about these soft skills. Okay, why it's important the human in this process? It's most important. It's the reason for use this. Advance this to sample. Table 4 present. This is what you finding EI literacy in each paper, in 32 papers. You create 3 word clouds because EI literacy, analytical thinking, and ethical awareness appears in 30 papers, in 32. And you have, look, EI literacy, you have in all papers prompting. And the importance of use algorithms to the AI literacy. It's important to work with promptings, data privacy, data mining, machine learning, all more technical, more hard skills, not soft skills. In the, where is my, okay. Here. Analytical thinking. You have teams, coding, plagiarism, and ethical. You have bias. Papers talk or write a lot about mitigation of bias using these tools, okay? Why it's important not to delegate cognition in these tools and believe this result is amazing result. It's easy, believe me, it's easy to put. And in the lunch you talk, it's easy. You don't, with these tools, it's possible not collect real data. You can create a class with 20 students, define a persona for each student with social problems, with difficult for these, and you can make interviews using 20 personas and use same tool to analyze these interviews, and you can protect or hide your behavior, because you can tell, okay, this school, it's not possible to share where is this school because it's protected. Yeah, but you can do this. But it's the ethical issues in this case is human behavior only, human behavior. Okay, it's not new. Okay, you advanced here. This is our evidence, look in the papers, empirical evaluations, prompting. Some authors talk about why use these tools are probabilistic for qualitative is a problem. Talk about content analysis, data coding, data analysis skills. And if you see about some evidence about ethical, user privacy, ethical capacities, and now advanced to mapping to the end of the paper and these findings and discussion, and the rest you know. Okay, this is sample about the paper. Now, to go to practical part. You know this Dunning-Kruger effect? No? No. When it's 20 years. When you start using a tool, look at the Dunning-Kruger effect, when a personal lack of knowledge, cognitive bias, okay, overestimate their own competence. When ChatGPT appears, you have, in Portugal, you have 10 million inhabitants, 10 million experts using the ChatGPT because you put the prompt, you have the answer, you are expert. But what's happened after? The peak of month of stupidity, because you need to balance your knowledge with, and these occur in when you're using these models, believe me. Look for these two pictures, okay? Is directly prompting. I tell I want a label, or for a book, take a picture about e-competencies about GenAI. You create these two images because my prompting is small. The models training using data from where? But for the first training, go to the web. When you create a chain of or create a prompting in the bot, in ChatGPT, you have a box you can put if go to the web or not. But to start training is in the web. Look, for my son to be a scientist, I need to like this. Yeah. You don't believe your father is a scientist because I don't have this stereotype. Yeah? Because the model's training with stereotype, I need to define. And why? Look, only men, that means, I don't know if I have a woman here. The faces, scientists are crazy, okay? When I generate this, I receive the insight that the model is using to training. For the models, scientist is here. Okay? Where is on there? Where is scientist here? No, because I don't see someone with white. No. No. Okay? Okay, to advance. If you want to this site is explain different types of prompting. Okay, here we have the chain of prompting and explain the difference when I use a standard prompting, and you have another types of prompting. For example, the tree of prompting. You have the model present different results. You decide different results. Sometimes you use the standard prompting and they have different results to decide. But when you use a prompting like chain of thought prompting, you can control the result because the model execute step by step, and you can make decisions in the middle of steps. Okay. If you, prompting guide. If you put in the Google chain for prompting, you can access this. Okay. Okay. CoT process construction. 5 minutes and start to work together. Okay. You can define. It's different ways to create a prompting. You can define a goal. You need to be, I want to analyze. Our goal for this workshop is to analyze 30 papers about competencies. What these papers talk about, what this type of soft skills have in these papers, okay? It's our goal to understand in these papers with the chain of 4 what competence papers write or talk, okay? Persona. You know where persona, to create a persona is a profile. You can share with the model, I'm expert in qualitative research, or I'm student in this, and the answer, it's different because the model follow your profile, okay? If you put, I'm a farmer, you have an answer maybe different, okay? And narrative, it's important because you need to explain what you want to building, okay? In some cases, you don't need to use the personas, you decide, but the goal, it's important. You need to explain your goal. Start with identify what you want to AI structure away, and a key question you can do, or you can formulate different questions in different steps of the prompting. Okay. Sorry. So. Okay. Divide process in sequential and different steps. Okay? Put step 1, do this. Step 2, do this. In step 3, do this, but look, put the steps like iterative mode, recursive. The process, when I go to step, go on to back, go back, iterative process, okay? For example, in follow approach, scan the text of key phrase and repeat patterns. It can count the number of keywords, extract potential themes or categories based in the goal, group similar ideas into categories, because when I work with teams, the teams is building based in categories, and provide an explanation and a sample of code of each team. Okay. the prompt to make questions when you advance, introduce a stop before moving a key decision point. You can put stop here and ask me to advance or not. And terminate where human validation is useful in this case, okay? Okay, go to particle part, it's more easy. Okay, in this short URL or QR code, you have two files. One, a zip file with the papers, and the other, you have the CoT with a sample of content. What I want now, in small groups, 4 persons in the computer, start to building a chain of thought prompting. The document I share with you is a sample, what you can try to identify with your CoT, but not to copy and paste. You can use to building your chain of thought prompting, okay? I don't know if you have access to some model. Sometimes the models, it's very quick. It's very quick, the updates. You have free license or free features. Next week change. You don't have access to. You try to. I have a license in ChatGPT. I running in the end. Try to building the chain of thought and using the papers and try to running in your model you have in your computer, okay? Small groups. Small groups. Hello. Hello. 4. You need to work now. Go on. Yeah. I use the...
Is anyone desiring Wi-Fi password?
I cannot scan the QR code with this one. I have to, I suppose, here, I must attach the attachment.
Right here, direct here.
Yes, I tried, but it's not working.
No. Oh, sorry. Testing. Yeah, it's working. I don't know why not open. Yeah, because the link it's open now. No. Sorry. So, a minute, please. Okay, a minute. Okay, try now. I changed. I think it's more easy now. Okay, again. You have a zip file, you have a document, a doc sheet. Use the document to help you to building the chain of prompting. Yeah, yes. Use these. You can change. It's a sample because in these papers have inside soft skills to use the AI. You see in the CoT. Use the zip with documents to when you finish your chain of for prompting, you try to running these in a model. Gemini, Claude, Mistral, ChatGPT. You need to attach the zip with papers, okay? You need to attach, put the prompting in the chat box and running to see the results. If you have the limitations about the models, the free license, I not control because 1 month ago I used a way, now it changed its model. Business model, okay? Questions? You need help?
What we have to do.
Use this. Use the document to building the...
It's not working.
Okay. I changed the... Try now. What is meaning? You can...
To copy the name of the document.
You can download if you select, because I changed now. Yeah.
I have to analyze these documents. This is for Mac. This is not Mac.
No, it's not for
I
Mac.
download this one.
No, download only. Sorry.
Only the document.
Yeah, only document and this too. The paper, the zip. You, I think. Okay. Yeah.
Where is the research paper that you're supposed to put on the prompting, whether on Gemini or...
Open the blank page and start building the prompting.
Oh, you said building the prompt from scratch.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. You need building the prompt from scratch, okay? Okay? You need building the prompt from scratch. You use the CoT sample to see the steps. Open a blank page and start building a prompt to analyze data. These 30, 12 or 30 papers, okay? If you want to analyze papers with the chain of prompting, you need to define the steps. Step 1, finding these. Step 2, finding. Try to share here.
Can you also open the paper up because it seems like download is working slowly all the time.
Okay, and I need to change here. A minute, please. Okay, is the document that document start with this. You are AI mentor, okay? You need to define a persona and narrative. You see the document in your computer, it's more easy. Yeah. Okay. Download? Yeah.
Yes, I've downloaded it.
Okay.
And now I open it.
After in this document, in step 1, define the scope. And have the sample to define scope. Step 2, extract competencies, related keywords and phrase. Okay? You don't have this in your... You want to open the link again? You have no, yeah. You this CoT sample to follow the to see and now discuss the steps. And the papers is our data to analyze.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So these are the steps which we...
It's a sample, yeah, you can see this and improve, of course. It's a sample.
Uh-huh, okay. So just...
Yeah, yeah. The papers, it's like interviews or another type of data. You use the papers to analyze using the chain of prompting that you're building together. It's a workshop, not a work, not do nothing. It's a workshop. Okay.
Available online? Because you see, I have them on my computer, but it's only simple documents. I have to upload them into a software.
Now you need to building now the steps. One in the computer, open a blank page and start to discuss the steps. And you copy the steps and put in the, you have ChatGPT, Gemini account? Well, you decide. Put your prompting and attach the zip with the papers. And because because the steps running
So it
for...
works with zip.
Yeah, you work with zip for ChatGPT. It's one file. Okay.
Can we upload?
I think when I testing the first time 1 month, yes, but you know the models in free versions change every.
We have to know what the documents are, what
In the doc sheet, the document doc sheet talk about this. It's talk about this document, explain what this document talk about the literacy, competencies, digital competence.
One of the files appears to be corrupted.
You see, from the zip. It works, but
But you know you not start building the CoT. You use what you use for.
yes, I've uploaded the zip here, yes, and I've added the
But you need to change the instruction.
instructions, like to
Step one.
customize the instructions.
Yes, parameterize.
But which are those, like here, for
This
instance?
is a sample to explain, and
Yes.
you take this and adjust for what you.
Yeah, but in ChatGPT, do I put also this part, or I put only
But you need to change for something different. Yeah.
a topic that is of our interest?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
But
Based on papers, because the papers talk about literacy, digital competencies.
yes.
Yeah. you try to change for something and increment more steps, not only these steps.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
We to customize it.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Try to finding in the papers the methodology that use or the relation about competencies. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But it's not the ChatGPT not read the zip file.
It reads the zip file, but it shows that one of the documents is corrupted. Look here. I need a valid version of the papers. Currently, the uploaded file is unreached.
Is this free version or
It's paid. This
yeah?
price.
Yeah.
Claude doesn't identify the zip
No.
like this.
Try extract and attach maybe. But I using these for these workshops and I running again maybe because I running
Yes.
before the lunch and
No, it says the text extraction failed for one of the
But if you
it's free because in the free I know.
It's not free.
No, yeah, it's right. Because but I think ChatGPT when I do not use the zip file, allow me to attach 20 files.
oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. If you want to try to testing without zip file, if you have a license, a pay license, you can attach 20 files. I don't know if it's changed now, but when I using without 20 files.
Using Gemini. So like this, right?
You put one paper on one.
For now, I
Yeah,
just
but
wanted to
testing,
explore something like this. Because right now it would be the keywords, right?
Yeah, you can define better the steps.
Okay.
You can change because it's a sample to you to
Yes,
help
but
you.
I'm checking if I'm doing the.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, thank you. It's easier.
Yeah. And these yeah.
Examples on papers.
For me, it's the best point because if you do the international methods, you can confirm. Yes, it's amazing.
It saves so much time.
But you need to triangulate because sometimes people users talk about hallucination, but sometimes lost information. Why it's important to triangulate with like Max KDA or not.
This code we have done till now.
you're building the steps, and you stop to ask. Now you want to do the
No.
dance.
This is the case that we are building. So we did our question prompt straight so that we could prompt it, and then we wrote it on Gemini.
Yeah, but this is a standard prompting. It's direct. You need to define for what I share with you is
Critical
papers.
thinking.
No, in the document you have the sample. You put step 1, finding keywords in these papers. After the keywords, triangulate and find soft skills or digital skills. And third one, go relation keywords with soft skills and go step by step by step. This is standard prompting. It's like
No, this is standard
yeah. The chain of prompting, you define the steps. Like you write a paper, introduction, this. For this is for analyze and help you to literature review. What you
This
do.
one is for literature.
Yeah, because the papers, it's not papers your. I share the papers and put into the doc sheet a sample to you, help you to define the steps. Okay? I try to present here. To put here
So
these for this because
it doesn't work because
yeah.
our equipment only works with 50 hertz.
Okay.
It's an old equipment.
Okay, you need to open here. Okay.
But if you duplicate, your screen has at least 60 hertz.
Yeah, but
It won't work.
Won't
It
work.
goes to black.
I try, yes. I try.
Goes to black, yeah.
Yeah. Now submit paper.
I tried to use CoT, but CoT
Yeah.
hit its limit
Yeah.
even after the second prompt.
Yeah.
So I use CoT for different tasks.
If I bring the information about Mistral mode or another,
Yeah, you confuse people.
It changes
Yes.
because it's business model. It changes.
DeepSeek is also okay here, I think.
You test the French.
The Mistral,
Mistral.
I have tested it. I found it to have a different personality. It seemed to be more precise and less creative. And I noticed it's better for things that are more data oriented.
More close.
Yes, since I'm
For
coming
data
from the
science.
humanities, I may need more creative thinking, so to speak, or something that prods in different ways. So, but with Mistral, I don't have so much experience. I'm just started with it.
It's a good feedback.
Gemini is interesting. It's still finding its profile, so to speak. And I see ChatGPT became better. It had a moment when it... so, it's interesting. It's
To
interesting.
testing and compare. Yeah. Thank you.
And I'm bringing the group together.
Okay. finish the paper? No. Okay. To share something with you, and you have time to continue. Look, this is it's not free license. I create my bot. I have the name, description, and here I put the CoT. If I put these steps by step, okay? Yeah, yes. Here, I put here. In the conversation, I can make instructions to start, stop here. I can define commandos to advance. And these, I attach the zip file. In my case, I have the framework, European framework, because it's another CoT. And in the box, checkbox, only put analyze data and the coding interpretation not finding in the web, and data training. If I put here, it's one packing zip file. Okay, finding all papers. I upload the paper, start, and the advance and stop in the step one, and make it to analyze. You want to go to step, yeah, and go to, yeah. Okay, or put three questions. You want this, and I improve this, or advance with the CoT. It's for me usually the model is similar because it always use the web for training. For me, I use ChatGPT because it's more easy for me to training in this. But it's difficult.
Because Mistral here.
Yeah, I try to Mistral the French.
Each one of us has a different one.
Yeah. It's good to compare. Yeah. Why? When you start to write the paper with Pablo, is in Krakow, Pablo, why you compare the results from different models? And they start to have many similarities. One is AI, what EA, but it's is the frequency of keywords here. I need to. Okay. I'm running now the step 2. Is create a table 1 generating with keywords. Now it try to finding these keywords and make correlations and their intersections with EI and qualitative research. Why do you do this? Because the prompting, the share of prompting have the instruction. Step 2, do this. Stop. Step and advance. Now you can testing with different materials. I use this for literature review, and in the same time, I used to triangulate with traditional methods. I use these in software and make the relations, okay? Okay. Try to advance. Now, waiting. My colleague from Brazil using this for quantitative data, for data storytelling. The data storytelling with CoT, it's amazing because you can create a story with data and present different types of outputs. The ChatGPT, it's not good for some outputs, but for some charts, it's good for building the data storytelling. Look, chat, model, now compare with framework the competencies and start to compare generative AI, cognitive, specific competencies. I can ask in the step, please go to the papers and bring for this the evidence, paper 1, and put this, because I want the evidence to put the paper 1, talk about this. I need to see the evidence. And when ChatGPT bring in this step evidence, a sentence from the paper, I check in traditional way if occur, yeah. Design, generative AI impact, using tools, design AI-informed, prompt engineer, category from framework, European framework, working with others, okay? You start to building this. Identify soft skills, look, identify critical thinking, analytical thinking, creativity, for design promptings and rethinking, because my CoT is for integrated these soft skills with hard skills. Manage research of data, work with teams, okay? AI research often requires collaboration. And step 4. Map competence to keywords related to generative AI in qualitative research. Why I share to create a prompting, a chain for prompting? It's not easy because you need to think and you have to it's like to building a research project. You need to, why? I want this, and I need to read about this, okay? If I put a standard prompting, I have different types of answers. If you're running again, you have different answers. Here you are more control and make your decisions about these answers. Okay. Look, the CoT finding in related keywords in the papers and make the bridge for soft skills. Intelligence, model, critical thinking. Look, you make these triangulations and make a justification. In the same time, in this paper I share with you, the 3 authors of paper do this in the software and triangulate these informations, okay? Why you triangulate it? To validate the results in both models and what you want to answer. 5. Now, in the sample I share with you, you have the sample, you have the AI literacy, you have the keyword, you have the paper with evidence. You need this. In qualitative field, not only qualitative field. When you make or produce a literature review, a methodological literature review, is a qualitative approach. You need evidence to justify your decisions in the part of paper or report you discuss the results. Yes? When you discuss, you need to use evidence to confirm or not what you discussed. Crazy answer, yeah? Look. Pay a more license, please. It's my data. It's for you, no see. I don't know. I try to advance the last step, maybe. In this case, I stop. Please refresh and do again step 5 because, okay. And in the end, propose a framework to use to analyze these. And for you to use digital competencies, critical AI literacy, and justification, design inputs. And in the end, if you want PDF to export the final list, or start writing a narrative report from these steps. I can download the report and import for calculus software. In same time, I have the results from calculus and import here. Okay, but in the software I use these, adjust for these deductive categories. Put these and adjust. This is a iterative process always for me. But in this, when I use these type of models, like I share with you, my colleague from Brazil is data science. Is a quantitative. If I talk with them, I needed to be control this part of qualitative data of this text. He used quantitative. I don't understand my part because it's easy to use these models with quantitative data. It's more it's probabilistic. It's more easy. But the students of my colleague tell you I use this to analyze interviews and run the prompting and not do any validation because the background of supervisor is quantitative. You don't care. Okay, it's a problem. If you know qualitative field, it's a problem for qualitative field and the impact for education research. It's my big concern about these models, okay? The steps or the chain of thought, it's not easy to building. Like I shared, I have some CoTs I need to work with my colleagues. One day, work to define, because you need to read and to be knowledge to what you want to extract. If you don't know to put something, it's for ChatGPT or Gemini, it's not right or wrong. You produce something, yeah, okay? More, you need help to